Hi, thank you for joining me for 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life, Day 16. This is Series 13, and today's sketch is by the lovely Teri Rice. I'll pop it in the top left-hand corner there so that you can see it. And as soon as I saw this sketch, it made me think of Project Life. So I decided what I would do is create a Project Life page for the header page, if you like, the first page in my 2022 album. So what I've done, I've chosen all the resounding memories for us as a family from 2022, and I'm just giving a snapshot of those. It's almost like a preface of a book, like an introduction. So you can see in the background here, I've created my base for my Project Life page. I've chosen this style of page where you have 2 4x6 photos, then 4 3x4, then 2 4x6 again. So I've just pulled out some very old Project Life cards, just some basic ones so that I can add to them. So the very first card, you can see it already had hello written on it, and I've just added the letter stickers 2022, or number stickers I should say, and they're from Scenic Route. They're a very old set that I had. And then this second card is a grid card, and I'm popping resounding memories on there using my Doodlebug puffy alphabet. So I ran out of ends. I'm using upside down U for this end coming up, but that's absolutely fine. And then I'm just going to jot down all of our resounding memories. As I say, these are just our family memories. I know lots happened in 2022, like the death of the Queen and things like that, but I just, in my albums, I tend to document things for our family rather than the wider world. So the bullet points that I put on that card are: we were able to visit Grandad in Northern Ireland again, we had a garden room built and a garden redesign, we went down to 1.5 cars sharing Grandpa's, James and Amelia completed their Duke of Edinburgh silver, we were able to go back to Herm to our annual holiday, James was deputy head student and Amelia head of ethos, Amelia wore the poppy dress and sang in Flanders Fields, James was awarded Clubman Award at Rylands Rugby Club, you went to the Rugby League World Cup match, and I turned 50. So there are resounding memories from 2022, the things that stood out for us really as a family. So that's going on the second page, and then all these photos, I've printed out 8 photos, 2x3. These are just to match up to those bullet points that I've popped on that card. So they will go across the middle of the page and also in that bottom left pocket, and then the bottom right pocket just says "and then," because that's the lead into the actual album itself. So I've just trimmed all those cards apart. I remembered I hadn't put my 50th birthday on there, so just adding that onto that card, and then I'm going to start gluing these photos down. And I absolutely love Project Life. Do any of you do Project Life? I used to do it a lot for our family holidays. It's a great way of getting lots of photos into not too many pages. I know my friend Julie does Project Life for a lot of her photos in her granddaughter's album in between the pages that she creates. So I'm just deciding where all these photos are going to go. Some of them I want to double up, like there's a card that says places. So I thought the one of Ross and his dad and the kids in Bangor in Northern Ireland would go on that places one, and also the picture of Herm, the sunset picture of Herm. So I'm going to put those 2 on the same card, and again with the rugby, because there's a picture of them at the Rugby World Cup and also a picture of James receiving his award, so I thought they could go onto one card together. So just working out exactly how these are all going to fit. So there are the 2 rugby photos, and obviously if I'm putting 2 on a card, they're having to be trimmed down. But this is just a snapshot of the year, so I'm not too worried if the photos aren't that visible. It just gives us an idea of what's in this album, really. And I really love this idea. I think I'm going to follow this through in all of our albums now. So now I've decided where those photos are going to go. I'm just going to start gluing them down and adding little bits of embellishments. I want to use my tiny letter stickers. These are very old Adorn It letter stickers, just to write down what the photo relates to. So this one I'm going to write Duke of Edinburgh Silver Done, because that's what it is. I won't make you watch me put it all down, but that's the title at the bottom of that card, and then use my roller date stamp just to put the date on the right hand side. So that more or less fills up that card. I'm just going to embellish it with a little star. I don't know whether I do that now or a bit later. So popping that back in the album, and then moving on to the places card. So just want to trim a little bit more off, excuse me, to get these in place. Just so that not too much of the photos are covered and it looks nice the way it's layered. See how much better that looks now that I've trimmed those little bits off. So I am going to have to round the corners of these photos because all of the Project Live cards have rounded corners. So just going to stick them down, and then I'll come in with my little cutter bee scissors just to round off that corner to match the card behind it. So just getting those stuck down. I decided to overlap the Herm photo on top of the one of Ross because it's just their feet that are being covered, so it doesn't really matter too much. So here I am just rounding those corners so that it fits on the card. And again, coming in with those Adorn It stickers, and I'm going to write Herm and next to the Herm photo, and then Bangor down the right hand side of the Bangor photo. And I'm just popping the months down because we were there for a few days. I just wrote April next to Bangor and August next to Herm. And again, I'll just bring in a couple of puffy hearts to embellish that card. Because these are such small cards, you don't want to add too much embellishments, but a little bit of colour brought in is nice. So here I am just writing those months. And then I think this is where, is it where I bring in the, no, I'm moving on to the next card. So I do bring those puffy stickers. There we go, there are the puffy stickers. And these are from Heidi Swap's Sun Chaser collection. I've just got those in my stash of stickers now because I broke that kit down, I'd finished. So just adding the star from that to the photo of James and Amelia, and then the hearts onto that photo, the card. So moving on to the next one, this is a picture of our new garden and garden room when it was almost complete. So that's exactly what I'm going to use those stickers for. So I put new garden down the right hand side of the photo and then new room across the bottom. And then I just used some of those puffy Bow Bunny stickers to embellish that card. And just a little pink arrow, a word that says lovely, another word that says yay, and then a little round dot with a star on it. So now moving on to the rugby pictures, and exactly the same as the places one, I just trimmed these photos down enough so that they could be overlapped without looking odd. It was quite handy that the World Cup picture had a lot of sky in it, so it didn't matter if that was tucked underneath the one of James getting his presentation. And then I'm going to pull in some LE Studio stickers to write Rugby 2022 on this card. So just rounding those corners again. Here are those LE Studio stickers, and I wrote the word rugby, and because of the white dots on this card, it didn't stand out as clearly as I would have liked. So I actually used my black gel pen to go round the edges of the letters just to make them stand out a little bit more. You'll see that in a minute. So here I am just outlining those letters. Like I say, it just makes them pop a little bit more off the card. I won't make you watch all of that. So there we go. And then 2022 on the other side in that gap. And these letters stickers just worked perfectly. They filled the gaps nicely and filled that card up. And that's the aim, to make the cards nice and pretty and cohesive as the front page. So the last card now. So on the, I do swap these around. On the left I have Amelia in the poppy dress, and then on the right is a picture of our house. I had some flowers delivered on the morning of my birthday, and Ross had blown up those happy birthday balloons and stuck them on the back. So this beautiful sticker that I've added, and also the one that says this day, are both from Vicky Boutin's print shop. I had those on my desk from a previous layout I created, and I just spotted them and thought they would work nicely with this photo. So adding my date again with a roller date stamp. So obviously it was the 11th of the 11th for Amelia's poppy dress, and then my 50th on the 2nd of November. So just adding those down either side of the photos, and then I'll carry on embellishing a little bit more. So little puffies from that print shop sticker sheet again. I've got a heart and a star, and then these are old Maggie Holmes alphabet thickers, and I've just written the word 50 above the photo of me. So I pulled out one of my old LE Studio monthly kits, and I'm just using some of the labels in that. So this red one I'm cutting in half to put half on Amelia's photo and half on the photo of my flowers. And then I also pull out a green label. And again, it's just bringing in a bit of colour that I've got in the photos and embellishing those cards so they don't look too plain. I do add 3 gold dots from Vicky Boutin's print shop puffy stickers in front of that 50, but they're too big. You'll see them in the close-ups, but I have swapped them out since for some little ones that were on the Maggie Holmes puffy stickers. So just gluing these labels down. So I want to know, do you do a cover page for your albums? If you do annual albums like this, do you do a cover page, or is it just all your layouts in the album? I just thought this was a great idea to give us an overview of the year, but when we open the first page, looking back over the years, it'll be fun to see what the highlights of each year were for us. So just adding some more of those puffies, like I say, and then that can go in the album, and that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I really hope you've enjoyed this. Please do check the playlist down below for everybody else who's joining in on this hop, and join the Facebook group, which is 30 Days of Sketches with Christie's Beautiful Life. Thanks again. Bye.